What is going on, YouTube? What is going on, Basehead family? Another build video today on Project Sequoia. Getting ready for the 2021 Sundown Audio Show, one of the biggest audio shows in North America. So we got some new stuff coming in today. Let's get into her. What do you think? What do you think? Now, for anyone who has not seen the previous video, we pulled out the entire interior. We sound deadened the whole roof. We've sound deadened the floor, the sides. Got all this back in. We left this one open because I got to drill some holes and run some extra grounds to the frame right through there. And those guys just came in today. It's best to get a double aught times 3/8" hole lugs when you're going with a Sky High car audio wire or another reputable 0-gauge wire brand like that. Even though this is 1/0 wire, car audio wire is oversized, at least the good brands are, so you got to get a little bit bigger lugs. But we've got plenty of oxygen-free wire here. Also, a new amp came in that somebody sent me, so really excited to show y'all that. We'll get into that here in a second. Now, I know most of y'all know this, but for anybody new, we're putting 612s in this thing. The box Ford's right there, same box I used last year, and we've got 2 amps we're going to be running them off of, so I will be revealing that here soon as the subs come in. The amps already did come in, but once the subs come in, I'll do a reveal showing the full setup that I'm going with. But let's check out that little amp that I have that came in, and then we'll get to running my grounds. Now I want to give, I believe his name is Marlon over at, I think it's BrearthQuake.com. I will put a link in the description below, but I want to give them a huge shout out for sending me this amp to review for y'all. Now, they are a Brazilian dealer, and they are dealers for Taramps and Stetson, and they are going to be taking on some other Brazilian companies here really soon. So if you want to go check them out, guys, we really appreciate them here supporting the channel. Now, even though they are a Brazilian company and based out of Brazil, they do have a warehouse in Orlando, Florida, so they got this out to me super quick. So once again, thanks again so much for letting me try out this amp. And here it is. Really cool. Teeny little amp, guys. Fits in the palm of my hand. And this is the Taramps TS 400X4 2-ohm. Let's get this guy opened up. Guys, this is wild. This amp is absolutely tiny, fits in the palm of my hand. Now, one thing to mention, guys, when you're looking at these 4-channel Taramps, even though it says 400 times 4, the total RMS output at 2 ohms is 400 watts, so it's really 100 watts per channel. But anyway, just make sure you know that when you're getting one of these. Now, I may use this for this build. I may use this as an amp in the garage. Not really sure yet, but we are going to hook it up and see how much better it is over the little Alpine amp that I've got powering the speakers at the moment. So that should be pretty neat. It's just wild how absolutely tiny this amp is, guys. Taramps is definitely really innovating and pushing the industry with stuff like this, which is really good to see. We've just seen the big bulky amps for so long. The one thing I don't really like about Taramps is all the buttons are a little loose. They don't use Tiffany-style connectors. But overall, guys, that's all right. I guess it just kind of is what it is. I've got my grounds ran through, and they're connected up to the frame right there. I did make sure to sand down really good under there. But yeah, just ran up along into here. Now, if this was a hot wire, we would want to make sure to put something around this, a grommet or tape or something, just so it wouldn't rub and possibly short on the frame of the car. But since these are the grounds, it doesn't really matter. So I'm just gonna put some silicone around these just so they'll stay in place and so no water or moisture can get through. panels are back in, guys. Everything went super smoothly, so very, very happy about that. All I gotta do now is slide my floor back in. But first, I wanted to really quickly show y'all that these new grounds are in fact good, and just kind of show you why you'd want to know that. So when adding a new ground, I always like to test it just to make sure that it works. So we're gonna test these first. We're good there. Then I've got my two old grounds here just to demonstrate that they are good grounds themselves. There we go. So then here are the new grounds. So we're just gonna test it to one of my old grounds. Good there. Good there. To have the floor back in here, got all the grounds situated and everything. So I'm gonna real quickly kind of show you guys what everything is that we got ran up to here. Of course, these are my RCAs for when I have external amp back here, and these are what I had hooked up to the Sun-On amp that I had up here. And this is the little wire I had to use to ground the RCAs up front to the head unit to get rid of the buzzing. We of course have all my grounds over here and my one ground over here. This is the positive that runs to the voltmeter up front. That way I can read the volts on the batteries back here with my meter up front. This is my switched 12 volt positive wire that turns on the base amp, and this is wired into my little knob up front so I can turn it on and off. And then I separately ran one for the 4-channel amp in the back. This is not hooked up to the base wire, so I can turn off my sub amp and keep the speaker amp on. These are of course my RCAs for the sub amp, which I'll need to get some sort of splitter now that I have 2 amps up here. These of course are my positive runs from the battery in the front. These are speaker lines for the front doors. Right now I have them bypassed for the little amp that I have running up front, but when I hook up my 4-channel amp, these guys will be what runs to the front doors. Overall, really, really happy with the progress, guys. It only took about 2 days to tear everything out and sound deaden everything. I still got to do the back doors, and I really got to do the hatch. So we will do that here soon. But overall, really, really glad to have this in. Once I get my wall carpeted, I can put that in, and then we can go back to at least having a setup in here before the new speakers come in. Have this wall done, and guys, it looks really, really good. Very happy with how it came out. Yeah, from this side it looks perfect. It's all wrapped over, and then of course you won't be able to see the back. Have everything hooked up kind of how it originally was. We've still got these 2 grounds right here. I'm just waiting on a heat shrink to come in for them to be completed, but I did make them a little extra long so I can hook them up wherever I want to. I could hook them up, I think I may hook up one to that terminal and one to this one. Not 100% sure. We got everything pretty much set up, guys. Got those put up on the wall there just so they will be out of the way when I slide the box in. And then I think I got everything kind of wired up where I want it to go. Again, I'm still waiting on some heat shrink to come in for these two guys, but I've got one of the grounds going to this battery, one of the grounds going over there to that battery, and this still leaves plenty of openings for all the grounds that are going to run off this to my amp, and of course all the positives. We'll also have the 4 positives over there, 2 negatives off there, and 2 negatives off here. So, guys, this is coming together. Y'all, we got to give this thing a real good clean before the show. I'm not going to do it right now because I may go on some gravel roads before then, but it is dirty in here. However, we got those fuses hooked back up. So next, we just got to hook up those fuses, and then we'll have everything connected as far as the power. Oh, it's the kitty! Y'all, so we're thinking about naming the cute stray cat Ox. What do you think? What do you think? Should you go by Ox? Little Ox? Ox, obviously like an aux cord. We thought of different stuff for it that was audio related, but that one seems to have stuck the most. Let me know what you think. What are you sniffing? What are you sniffing? Hmm?